You tested positive for marijuana.
Yes, sir.
You also tested positive for buprenorphine,
Um,
naloxone. Do you have a prescription for that?
no, sir, I don't even know what that is. Like,
Then
like ever since I love when you said I do weed, I ain't never did weed.
you tested positive for another controlled substance.
On Conroe.
You tested positive for another controlled substance.
Judge, he denies taking anything. Can we retest him, please? I know you're on Monday,
Also,
Thursday.
naloxone is Narcan, Your Honor. That might have been administered at the hospital during the system of events.
No. This is something that's not Narcan. It's something that's different. This is something that is a controlled substance that you put under your tongue to prevent withdrawals. It's buprenorphine.
Is that something that may?
It's something that you need. It's a very controlled substance that you would get from like a.
May that have been administered in this hospitalization? Because we had.
Then it would have showed up at the last time.
I don't know.
When did we test him last?
Last week,
On last Tuesday, right? What showed up on that test? Just marijuana, right? That's it. You're taking something and you're trying to evade from us. What is it?
No, I ain't taking nothing else since. Like stuff under my tongue, no. I ain't never taken nothing, something like that before.
What else are you taking?
So,
If you are not honest with me, I'm going to put you in jail right now. That's it. You tested positive for something else.
he said THC the first time I was there, he said BUP or something. I asked him what that was. It was like some like pill or something. In the hospital, when they was giving me some medicine, like they was putting something like clear stuff in my veins and stuff, like some drugs. Like they was doing that. I ain't take nothing else since.
That would have shown up on the last drug test.
are you on any other medication since being released from the hospital?
No, sir. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. But when I lived, they had gave me some recently.
Last time I was here,
Miss Kavita, I told him that there was absolutely no tolerance, strict compliance. If you tested positive for something else, that I was going to keep you. You've now tested positive for another narcotic. You can't tell me what it is.
I don't even know what it is. I'm telling you, like, I'm honest. What it is, Your Honor.
Suboxone is a mixture of.
I know that, but it's a prescribed substance. You cannot take that without a prescription. You just can't. And he's denying taking anything, but I have a positive for another controlled substance.
You said you test again today.
Judge,
You
I'm
said
gonna,
me, bro.
if you would be okay with me talking to his mom and getting a list of his prescriptions that he.
Yeah, but I'm
released
gonna
from
keep him. I'm not letting him go. No, I'm not gonna let him kill himself. I'm not gonna do it. You stay with me. That's it. I'm not gonna do it. You almost killed yourself one time. I'm not gonna do it again. I told you. Will you reach out to mom? We'll roll it to tomorrow. But I told him absolutely strict compliance. I didn't care. And now another controlled substance is in his system.
I know Chief and I spoke last week about an offer, so let me revisit.
Oh, I'm not letting him plead guilty just to get him out so he can kill himself out there. I'm not gonna
I'm
do
not
that.
saying that, Judge. I want to revisit our offer to see if they want to maybe do a deferred or something so he can be monitored as opposed to a time shield.
You know, I guess we'll do the same thing with Bonilla, like a TRAS to see what,
Yeah, I mean, that's probably what I
you
was
know,
going on.
but you know, Kavita,
Honestly, right?
I mean, did you hear about what happened the last time?
I did. I was here.
Yeah, she was here.
I don't remember. I'm sorry.
My only concern with what he was tested positive with, that's not like a street drug or like a fun drug. It's like an opiate.
To reverse an overdose.
It's really just that. So if he's testing positive for that, I know the first test didn't show up.
But that's something that you can't just.
I know, but
You can't-
on the first test, like, it doesn't show up on a normal test. It shows only if you're testing for that. That's my concern with something like, because I've dealt with Suboxone or whatever in felony, all these PCSs that people are on, like
Yeah.
PCT and stuff.
Sure.
Like, I've dealt with that, and the only time they show up is if you're specifically tested for that. So I'm not sure, I don't know the details of the first test, but my concern is that.
We did the same test last week that we did just now.
I mean, that's fair.
And
I
it
mean,
didn't show that. Like, I'm not, I don't want to put him in jail just for shice and giggles, right?
Yeah,
But
my only concern is that we're putting him in custody for something that he may actually need. I'm not sure. I don't know if it's.
oh, no. Now
Yeah, right now.
he's gonna dry out.
Well, yeah, sure.
Now he's gonna dry out. But
Let's say he has some kind of like serious withdrawals, they're gonna give him the same thing in custody.
I know he's protected now.
Yeah.
Right. He's not out there on the street doing whatever he wants to self-medicate however he can. How's he getting it? Where is he getting it?
Yeah,
How much is he taking of it?
I don't know, yeah, these are things I don't know.
Are you gonna overdose because you take too much? Right? He's already nearly killed himself one time.
We're not medical, but I did the same thing. I did a brief search on it and I can see that it is something, it's an opiate for withdrawals that.
Yeah,
doctor may
but
have
I know you can't go to Walgreens and get it.
No,
Yeah.
no.
I mean, you can, but you need a doctor's prescription. And then not only that, but it's so severely controlled by what is it, the FDA,
Yeah.
that they really come down hard on the doctors who prescribe this, and they micromanage the hell out of them so that they don't overprescribe, like what has been happening with the oxy like crisis.
I'll talk to
So
his
he
mom.
did, today he took a lab and a pop. So if you want, the lab will come back within 7 to 10 days and they confirm everything that's in the system. The pop
Yeah,
is just-
no, I mean, do it, but I don't know whether he's gonna be in there within the next 7 to 10 days, but
Well, they've been
uh,
holding off till.
I'd like to know, obviously, I'd like to know everything that's in the system, right? But I'm now scared to let him go.
They sent the lab off to be tested. So he did the presumptive positive today and then the lab will
So
come back and
you
confirm.
please reach out to mom tonight.
Right.
Perhaps we can talk tomorrow. I don't know if she's willing to come, but I know that she works. Please let her know that she can zoom in, so I don't want her to miss work.
She did give Michael his paperwork that you also looked at, and I'm sure it includes the list of medications that were administered at the hospital.
But I asked him just now, are you taking anything? And he said no.
Yeah.
So he's lying to me, obviously, about something.
Doesn't know that that was administered to him because he was, I think, unconscious on a ventilator, right?
It wouldn't stay in your system that long, and then it wouldn't be a negative on Tuesday, and then it shows up positive now. Right?
I'll double check with
I
them.
mean, just common sense,
And do you want a TRAS before the plea?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Go
But
ahead.
let's, I guess, reach out to mom, please. Let's talk tomorrow
Okay,
and
we can do that.
see what she has to say. Perhaps she has more news. Perhaps she can shed some light, but I'm scared to let him out. I don't, at least now I know I'm not gonna do something that's,
Buprenorphine to be able to even argue, but I do know I'm not a doctor, but I will look into it.
but you are a doctor in a manner of speaking. Thanks for coming, Kavita. I'll text, so Kavita,
I don't have no number for her.
I'm texting her now. She's coming, she's on the way. So he tested positive for buprenorphine. And the problem is it didn't show up last time.
I
So
don't know what it is. I don't know if it's probably on here.
let me see. So hang out with us. So what it is there are these things, it's a narcotic, right? It's called buprenorphine naloxone. And what it is, it's like typically the way I've seen it, it's a little film. Here, I'll pull up a picture for you just so you can see.
He was at his dad's this weekend, so I didn't have supervision on for this weekend.
And I was actually showing this to our officer here. so that she could see what it is. Okay, so this is what it is here. So it usually comes like in a little pack like this, and it's a film. It's a
Like
piece
a
of.
mouthwash piece that we used to have every
Right,
day.
right, like they have those
Okay,
things,
Uh-huh.
put it under your tongue and it dissolves. And what it is it's a narcotic that prevents you from going into withdrawal from the loss of a drug. Because as you know, when you take something as hard as like Oxy, it's so incredibly addictive that you can't just stop taking it. When you stop taking something like it, there are really, really adverse effects. Like people will stay up for an entire week. They'll stay up for days at a time and not go to sleep for 3, 4, 5 days because the craving for that type of drug is so strong. And it's, I mean, people go into convulsions. They'll have, what's the word? Seizures if it's that deep of an addiction. And so this is, you put it under your tongue. It doesn't intoxicate you, but it counteracts the
Withdrawal.
symptoms of withdrawal, which is huge. It is, but you can't stop taking it though. Once you start taking this thing, you can't just up and stop taking it, because you will then still have the same type of withdrawal as if you were to stop taking Oxy or whatever you're taking. He tested positive for this. For
Is it
this,
legal for me to be able to review the drug screening?
it's gone. I don't have a copy of it. Not now. They left because I had no idea that you were going to come here. I was expecting you tomorrow.
Yeah, I know. Tomorrow. I thought he said Monday and Thursday.
But what I want to see is what, if anything, they prescribed him here. Because he
It's just the medications he took while in hospital, but prescribed like outside, we
Chuck
never went to go
last
pick up
tested
nothing.
him on Thursday. And now it's he's testing positive for it. He got it and he took it somehow. And he's not supposed to, unless it's prescribed by a doctor. So somehow he's getting this stuff. So. Is your last, should I say Miss Clark? Is your last name Clark or?
No, it's Walker.
It's Walker. Miss Walker, I want you to understand that everything I'm doing here is because I like Mr. Walker. I'm not doing anything to be hurtful, spiteful, to hurt him. I'm trying to do the opposite, and I'm trying to prevent him from killing himself.
Right, I understand.
The problem is that when you deal with addicts, it's so hard to believe anything they say because they are the best actors to get what they want. They can lie and they can sell you anything to make you believe. Because of the nature of my business, the people I see, they can cry on impact to try to get you to believe something. I mean, they're the best actors that I know of, even better than Hollywood actors, because they can literally cry on demand to get you to believe their story. And so I want you to understand what I'm doing is not to be an ass. I want to save him before he kills
Yeah,
himself.
and I can't just truly defend myself, even though he's my son, because I'm not with him 24/7. And like I said, he was with his father over the weekend. So whatever he is doing over there, he's not going to be truthful with me either. And I'm his mom.
That's not gonna be honest, or JB.
Both of them.
It's like we're fighting upstream.
See if she had the medication list, so we can take a look at it, see the.
It's not here. No.
drug tests and stuff don't lie. That's I live in Conroe. He be with me during the week for school. Friday.
Maybe you should take a break and stay local to you on the weekends for these close cases.
Wow. They gave him norepinephrine and epinephrine. Norepinephrine is a neurotransmitter of the brain that plays an essential role in the arousal and attention of cognitive function. He seriously OD'd. I mean, seriously OD'd. It's not in here. Not only that, even if it was, this was a month ago, so it wouldn't show up now. He basically took some when he was with the husband. And I don't know what it was, but it's a narcotic that he took. And we tried to question him on what did you take? He wouldn't hold up. How did you get it? He wouldn't say. He wouldn't say, he just kept saying that he didn't take anything. And the problem is that when we tested him last week, we did the exact same test. Last week, he only tested positive for marijuana. Now he's testing positive for an opiate. That's why I put him in, because I don't know what else to do. If I let him out, he's going to do whatever he's going to do. And I want to save him from, he's his own worst enemy. The idea, I think that now what we need to do is have him evaluated by our doctors to see where he belongs. Because I think that he truly belongs into an inpatient facility so that he can get treatment. The good news is it won't cost you a dime. And it's an expensive program. I mean, it's, it's a $20,000, $30,000 program. That's no cost to you.
Maybe.
I don't know. Because the first thing we need to do is have him TRAS. A TRAS is an evaluation to see, do we put him into, there are several facilities that we have here. One is called DDRP, which is a dual diagnosis residential program, where someone who may have mental issues and substance abuse issues, they treat them at the same facility. There's another facility that we have that's called SafeP that treats just drug addictive issues without regard to any kind of psychological issues. So, and then I think that there are other ones as well. There's like YMAC, Young Men About Change, where it's one strictly geared for young adults. What we do is we evaluate them to see what's the proper fit for you. And then we see from there where we go. But I don't know. That's usually something that we would do to see. And that's something that you guys have to agree to as well. But we do it in jail. We can do it outside, but I don't think it's wise for him because he's still doing something he shouldn't be doing. And he's still using. And he won't be honest with us.
Yeah, and it's not, like I said, I can't defend a person that I don't even know much, like, to help him out myself, even though I am the mom, but he does not talk to me, even from like his mental issues that he could be dealing with. He's not coming up speaking to me saying, I am dealing with X, Y, and Z. Can you help me out? Because even though I tried to get counselors to come to the house, they was coming into the house and trying to talk to him, and they couldn't get through to him either. So it's kind of like, and that's another thing I was going to ask you, if you had any resources for him to speak to
He's a closed
somebody,
book.
because it's really,
He will not open
him.
up. Something's gonna have to give for him to open up, and I don't know why he's not opening up. Maybe there's a secret there that he doesn't want anyone to know about, and that secret is causing him to kill himself, and we don't know what it is. It could be some kind of abuse. It could be, who knows what it is, but
He lived a pretty simple life as me raising him. It's just, only thing that me and his dad, we've been divorced like over 10 years. He's remarried now. So
how old is he now?
19,
So you guys got divorced when he
like
was
when he was like
9.
10, like 10
Has a
years.
tremendous impact on kids.
And then from there, I moved into a home, which we was never in a home before. It was our first home that he grew up in, was there for 7 years. Put him in more of a private school than a public school because he was causing trouble.
You've seen how, from the time that he was like 9 to now,
There was one time around he was 12 years old, I would say. He was kind of having like sexual identity crisis that he was kind of going through, like want to be gay or,
that could be it.
straight. But after that conversation,
I'm telling you
he started talking to girls.
that could be huge. And when you have everyone around you that's heterosexual and you have feelings like that, and you don't want to have those feelings, but they're there anyways, it can have a huge effect on someone to where they want to kill
did come across my
themselves. It very well may very well be. And he needs to explore that, and he needs to be honest with himself, because until he is, he's going to be like this. And it's okay, but he may not know that.
He should know it's okay, because even I changed my sexual. I'm with a girl now, a woman now. So I'd be open. Yeah, I'd be trying to have them conversations. I don't know if I'd be embarrassed by it, or I have no idea.
And we can try to talk to him and see, and
I was thinking about talking to Gary. Just waiting for the Harris Center to have someone come talk to him.
that'd be great.
Change to the TRAS, which I'm gonna get set up.
Let's do it. I have Gary's number, and I can reach out to him to see if he can come by tomorrow. We have the Harris Center that helps as well. The Harris Center is right. They have people that'll talk to him. And you know what I'm going to tell Mr. Clark now? I'm going to say, look, I'm not letting you out until you're honest. And with the reports that we get, I will know if you're honest or not. And that's it. You hold the
That's fair.
keys to the jail cell, right?
You gotta
If-
learn.
Until you are honest, you will stay with me. And we want to have you evaluated because what you're doing now is you're just killing yourself and you're not helping. You know, you have but one life and you're now digging yourself into a very, very deep hole. Hey, Stephen, do you mind bringing out Mr. Clark?
Okay, now I do have one quick question. Are you gonna do this without the state here? Because I don't want you to trouble you.
Yes, sir, Judge.
Can you come back, please?
Yeah, of course.
Thanks.
All right.
Bye. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for about to get ready to teach a valuable lesson because really in life, you're gonna get one time to make a mistake.
It's-
Time for him to open his eyes that mommy cannot save you on everything. I just can't. And right now, I feel like this is the best decision. So
Let
he
him-
needs it.
but you can talk to him as well. I'll do everything in my power to try to save him. And, you know, we'll pay for everything too, so you don't have to worry about anything. But I feel you know, when you're discovering your sexual identity, it's so hard. It's so hard, you know, and coming to terms with when everybody's one way and you may be another, it just can, especially on a young kid that's 18, 19, it wreaks havoc on your mind. And the anxiety that you get from it, God, it's so hopefully he can be honest with himself and come to it closer rather than later. Because
Right.
Hmm?
Right.
so we'll bring him out. We'll try to talk to him and see. But he's right. I need to stay here too. That's what we're waiting on now for this.
Yeah, no, it's okay. I'm available now.
There's always two sides, right?
Michael's calling me. I'm gonna step back.
Oh, yeah.
Is Michael coming?
Yeah. So it could have not been administered during his hospital stay. Drug test shows that he tested positive for it. Prior drug test only for marijuana. He may think that it might have been something from the hospital, but he wasn't on his list of discharge papers, so.
Can you get high from that?
Mom is here, 6 pills uploads, mom is here.
I don't think technically that you can.
But you'll need a prescription, but the hospital, I guess, could have
You need a
administered it.
very, like you need a prescription. There's no if, ands, or buts about it.
Nothing, you can even run to Walgreens or anything and get.
Absolutely not.
So that's a synthetic opioid.
It's an opioid.
Yep.
Hey, Mr. Clark,
Straight opioid.
so mom's here. I told you when we were first here that, you know, you're lucky to be alive. Number one, they gave you a lot of drugs to counteract what you had taken to keep you alive. And I told you that if you wanted to remain out in the free world, that strict compliance was necessary, absolutely necessary. You told me that, okay, I'm going to do that. Right. You've now tested positive for an opiate. I don't know where it came from. I don't know what well, I know what you potentially took. I don't know how you got it. I asked you to be honest with me, and you told me you haven't taken anything.
Sir.
Test, it's not going to show up unless you take something, right? The problem is, where do we go from here? And I don't know if I can trust you to leave you to yourself. I tried. I don't know if I can. And, you know, but the deeper part of this is that, you know, why? Why take all this? Why are we doing this? Are you escaping something?
No, sir.
Everybody says no. Everybody runs until they hit something, right? Until they hit rock bottom, until they do something catastrophic to where they can't recover from. And we want to find out what that is before that happens, before you do irreversible damage. You did damage now. You nearly killed your kidneys, Mr. Clark. The report that I have here says you nearly killed your kidneys. They gave you a drug to give you cognitive awareness because you had no cognitive awareness. They gave you a drug to wake your brain up because it was all but gone. Why? You can run, you can hide, but you can only do it for so long. At some point, you're going to do something that's irreversible. I was talking with your mom, right? And she was not with you at the time. You were with your dad or out in dad's house, and we don't know what's going on. All I know is that you're testing positive for opiates. I truly don't know where to go from here. I don't know. But if I leave you on your own, you're liable to kill yourself. You tell me no, but the test says something different.
Ever since I left, I ain't take none. Ever since I live, I'm like open. I don't even know where I get. I don't even know what that is. Like, what you say it's a drug? I ain't take no drugs since. When I was at my dad's, I've been in the house since I was over there. I ain't take no
How is it
drugs.
possible that you test positive for an opiate when you didn't last week? Logically speaking, there's only one conclusion that we can reach. It just doesn't puff up and show in your system. It doesn't. It has to end up in your system from some way. Somehow it ended up in your system.
This wasn't on the test last week.
It was not. Last week, we tested him on the 13th. The only thing that tested was marijuana. Now we have marijuana and an opiate. And he just says he's adamant about nothing, but of course. Shh.
Because this is the state of Texas that you're talking to, right next to you, Georgia, the judge. I'm just your mom that had you. Under these type of circumstances, this is where you need to speak up and fight for your life. Because I don't know. I'm not a psychic. I can't defend something I don't know. You don't communicate with me when I always try to communicate with you. This is the time to be honest. It's not a game. You at the end of the road right now.
You, you could look, you can be a closed book for only so long. At some point, you're gonna have to break open. You can't live like this. It's gonna be a miserable life. You know, a happy life is one that you're honest, you're open, you talk to people, because that's what you do. You have to have a conversation, you have to speak. That's what love is about. Love is about having open relationships that you talk, you nurture, you speak how you feel, because that's how you feel better in life. You know, we all have shitty days. We all do, right? The only way to get better is to talk about it and to open up. And I'm okay if you don't want it with me. It's fine. I get it. Like, and the reality is that there's so many people here as it is, right? I get it. But I'm gonna send someone to talk to you. And I'm not letting you out until you're honest. Look, I'm not asking you to talk to me right now. You don't have to. But I'm going to have you, I'm sending someone to talk to you, and I want you to be honest with them about everything, because that's the only way we are going to get to know Javion Clark. And until we get to know Javion, it's going to be a miserable ride. You don't, and you know, you don't have to open up to me. You don't have to open up to mom. Perhaps someday you will. You know, who else in this life is here for you but her? No one else is here for you. I'm here. You're here with me because I'm forcing you to be here. She's here on her own free will. I'm sure that there are so many other things that she'd like to be doing right now. She's selling a house. She needs to be there, not here. The only person that will unconditionally love you is mom and perhaps a dog. No one else will. So if you don't want to open up to me, that's okay. I get it. You know, open up to the person I'm sending to you. Until you do, I'm not letting you out.
I can't get nuts. I can retest it. Like, come on, one more time. Like, if it show up again like this, I'm like, I'm telling, I ain't take nothing else. I'm being honest right now. I ain't take none of the opioid. No, I ain't take none of that. Cause like, you sent me twice down there to get tested. I did my first piss test, but like, you can take that one. Like, is that gonna show the opioid or something? Cause like, I'm telling, I don't know what that is, but I ain't take it. Like,
Regardless, I'm sending someone to talk to you. Toria, how long can we get for the TRAS?
The 21st.
2 days.
It's 2 days. It's as soon as I can get. And then once I get it done, can I get, you think we can get the results that day? Next day?
Preliminary recommendation.
Okay.
Is probably when the reports will be.
Can we do a drug test in the jail? Stephen?
I haven't heard of it.
I haven't had a feedback yet. I've never heard of it being done, but doesn't mean it's not a possibility. I've just never heard of it. I don't think the clinic even has the capabilities.
I'm scared to let you out. I'm being honest with you. I'm scared to let you out. I'm scared to leave you by yourself. I think that I'd like to get it to your as done, and then we'll go from there. And then I'm gonna have someone talk to you. If you're not honest, then I'm gonna set it for the next day, and we'll keep doing it until you're honest. And when I get it, I'm gonna read it, I'm gonna show it to mom, and we're gonna read it together, and with, of course, with Mr. Slider, and we'll see where we go. Don't be a closed book.